Hello and welcome to the homework helper for, it's a little disjointed, 8-4. In our weird 8-4, 8-5, 8-6 packet. Kind of changing things up just a little bit. I want to talk about some of these problems real fast. You'll see here in our first section we have vertical transformations of a graph. And so what we're doing is we're going to be looking at our k value for each of these. And so for this one it says we're going to translate it down 1 unit. So all that means is we're going to look at our graph and then we're going to move down 1 unit each point. So that one's a little tougher. Ooh, that one's a little tougher too. Whoops, I overdid it. It's supposed to be there. It's supposed to be there. It's supposed to be there. All right, so it's supposed to be a little wonky. There we go. Right here. About there. About there. About there. Okay. So pretty much what we're going to be doing is just looking at these and moving them however it says. Nothing too terrible. Let's look at the B side here. Okay. So here we're given an f of x, we're given a g of x, and we're being asked to graph them. So the first I start out with f of x is 0.5x. Well, when I see 0.5, I immediately want to turn that into 1/2. So when I do this, all I have to do is I have f of x equals 1/2 x. I start at 0 because I have no number being added here. Whoops, that's not even on there. All right, so I start at 0 because there's no number being added there. I go up 1, over 2, up 1, over 2, up 1, over 2, down 1, back 2, down 1, back 2, etc., creating my beautiful line. It's a beautiful line. Okay, and then I see that I'm subtracting 3. So that means for each point I go down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or you could also view it as my new g of x equation is 0.5x minus 3. So I know that this is negative 3 here. This is my new b. Okay, and so b up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. So essentially that's how I create my parallel line. Kind of neat. For these problems, the next one's down. It gives us an equation that we're supposed to graph. So I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I go down 2 over 1. Okay, so here's my line. Something like this. And then it asks us to do a translation form of g of x. So I might say f of x, and then, I don't know, I'm going to say like minus 6, just to see what happens. So then I just go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And so here's my new line. Okay, so I created a whole new form. That's it. And then we look at our next and final section, all too close up. And it says, Fernando and Mariah are training for a half marathon. The chart below describes their workout for the week just before the half marathon. A half marathon is equal to 13.1 miles. If 4 laps is 1 mile, do you think Mariah and Fernando are prepared for the event? And so what we have to do is we have to look at this and using the data, figure out if they can do it. So here's what we have. On Monday, Fernando ran 34. Then 45, 52, 28, 49, 36, okay? So we're told we're going to go 13.1 miles. And the way I think about that, 13.1 miles, well, how many laps is that? Well, if 4 laps make up a mile, if I times this by 4, I'll know how many laps that is. Okay, so that's going to end up being, what is that going to end up being? 52, yes, 52.4 laps. That is our goal. We want to hit 52.4 laps. All right? So looking at this, we can try to figure out if they can do it. And so when I look at this, are they prepared for this event? Knowing that they have to run 52.4 laps, are they ready? And so you're going to have to make your answer based on that and justify it. Okay. Now keep in mind, what is it asking for? Can they do it? How much, do we care about how much time it takes them, or do we just care if they can actually hit 52.4? And that's it. So use that information, justify it accordingly. There is no right answer, but it's about justifying yourself, right? It's about using the information to prove it one way or the other. And that's it for tonight. See you tomorrow.